Howdy, Thomas Trevino, Three Vines Landscaping. So we are here with my #1 go-to turf gentleman. This is Kramer Spears.
How you doing?
With Magnolia Turf. So these are the putting green. We forgot the putter, as usual. And these are some of the turf options right here in their showroom, which is coming together. This is a sneak peek, exclusive from Three Vines Landscaping. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and walk you guys through the warehouse, and we're going to ask Kramer here a few questions, and he's going to go ahead and educate you guys. All right? Come on! I love how it's all turf
out?
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it was fun to install it, like, more than carpet.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, actually. We just glued around the perimeter and got a good stretch on it. So, yeah, it holds
If
up
you were a
pretty
real
well.
G at your home office, you would have, in your home, you'd have turf on the floor instead of carpet.
Instead of carpet.
So, what do we got over here at Kramer?
So these are just turf samples that we put together for customers to take and fill and touch and keep. And so we just usually will cut them up and stock them over here, and then as we need, we can fill up some boxes and stuff like that. So.
Okay. You've mentioned some stuff with the nails, the nail sizes. So what's going on with these?
Yeah, so we have 6-inch nails here. That's going to be most common. If you read online, that's the most common nail to use for installs.
Okay.
Sometimes, though, in our area, you can't get a 6-inch nail in the ground, and so we'll switch up to 3.5-inch nails, and we just space them a lot closer together.
Okay.
Both of these nails are ungalvanized, so they're going to rust into the base, which you want because it'll expand and it'll hold into the base a lot better. So.
And then what do we have over here?
So over here we have seam tape and glue. Different seam tape and glue options just depending on application. We got tubes of glue, we got tubs of glue, and then just a bunch of seam tape. So that's what we have here.
And what do you guys actually cut the strips with the seams?
So we have a seam cutter. More commonly we'll use that for like putting greens.
Okay.
Whenever we're cutting and seaming actual like just landscape turf together, we'll just use a carpet cutting blade.
Okay, okay.
I don't think I have anything laying around here to show you, but we used to use carpet cutting blades.
And first thing I noticed when you showed me your warehouse was that you guys have a different polyboard option, and which is right over here.
Yeah. So we're very particular on what we stock. We want the best quality, whether it's turf or polyboard. And so this is going to be a lot thicker. You'll notice it doesn't have those little tabs that some of the other polyboard has.
Yeah.
Where like they'll want you to join them together. So we have a method that we usually recommend people use to join them together. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. See how they have the little tabs there?
The notches, yeah.
Yeah, so some contractors will just put them together, but it's gonna fell a lot easier than it would if you were to do this.
Yeah.
Cut a piece of polyboard and then use that as a brace on the back part of it.
Okay. Is that like an overlap?
Not so much. This would be an overlap. This is gonna be, you just join them, you cut a piece of polyboard, maybe a couple inches, and then wherever that joint is, you put it on the back side of it and you screw into it. So it's gonna reinforce it better. But this polyboard is gonna be thicker. It's gonna be about the same width or depth, but it's gonna be thicker and it's gonna be stronger than the brown one that I showed you there.
Okay. And then we had also discussed it like for the playgrounds or whenever you have children, there's this padding right here, and it looks like it works.
Yep, so that's a 2-inch padding that we would recommend for playground applications. For daycares or any commercial applications, that's going to help them to stay in compliance with insurance and stuff like that.
Okay.
For homeowners, it's just an extra barrier of protection so they don't have to worry about their kids falling onto a harder surface. So that's an option that we have. This is a 2-inch pad that we have. We also have 1-inch and 1/2-inch pads just depending on application. So.
Okay. And then last but not least, the infill. I noticed that there's some infill options. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, so we have about 3 different options here. This bay here is just regular silica sand. We have 1220 grade and 3050 grade.
Okay.
1220 is going to be most residential applications. 3050 is going to be putting greens.
Okay.
We have the same options in EnviroFill. This is going to be silica sand that's coated with microban, so you get antimicrobial protection. A lot of times we use that for like anybody that has pets.
Yeah.
Just wanting to try to reduce that odor. EnviroFill is going to be a good option.
Pet friendly. So it doesn't just look cool like awesome green crystals. It actually is better for that.
Yeah, so microban's big. It's going to inhibit the growth of bacteria, mold, and mildew. It's also an odor reducer. So it's great for like pet applications. If we're doing dog parks or dog runs, we usually say upgrade it.
Okay.
And then we also have T-Cool here. T-Cool is antimicrobial, but the main thing about T-Cool is it has a cooling agent built into it. So especially in Texas, a lot of customers are skeptical about having hot turf.
Yeah.
This is an infill option that you can use that will help reduce the turf temperature. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think that if you have a good quality turf, you can just use a water hose or a sprinkler system that will cool it down. But for those that are super concerned about the heat, that would be an option to upgrade your infill and use T-Cool. So.
Yes, sir. All right, Kramer Spears, folks, and it's always a pleasure to see you, brother.
Yeah, likewise.
Shout out Goat Gang, and if you'll excuse us, we got a city to landscape. Love y'all. Bye.